You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by HauntedSiouxFalls.com.
Ooh. Oh,
Dan,
Dan, you almost
come
missed
on.
it.
I came in late.
Come on, Dan. What are you doing? All right. What do you have for us there, Dan?
That's it. I was
He was saying that's all he looks forward to lately.
busy finishing the final touches on this bonus hour thing here. All caught up. Hey, Marco.
Polo.
I knew you'd do that.
What else would we do?
It's his birthday today.
Really?
Why do people do that? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's a thing. It's a
But
game.
it's a water thing. But
But
why?
I bet he quit swimming after
What's the
that.
connection with Marco? Polo, of course, he's the inventor of that short sleeve cotton collared shirt.
Is
Yes,
he
yes.
really? That's
Yes.
nice. It's very nice.
And I guess he was an explorer of sorts.
Yes.
Wow. The artist formerly known as Prince Harry is 30.
That's Prince Harry.
7. Yeah.
I see what you did
Because
there.
now he's not a prince anymore.
No, he's not.
Thanks
He's
for
not a
tying that
princess
all
either.
together. That's why I wrote that.
I like that.
And gosh
Really
darn
good,
it,
Dan.
I don't like look at the celebrity world or professional athlete world as like, oh, I just love this guy. But there are some people that I'm just kind of fond of. Dan Marino is one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a
dude.
neat guy.
Ever since that Ace Ventura movie.
I agree. That's when I fell in love with him
really
too.
made him a star.
Wasn't
And
he in like isotoner commercials or something too?
yes,
Yes, he was.
Nobody could unload gloves like Marino.
This guy sold a lot of gloves.
Born Daniel, I love his name too. His official name, his birth name, Daniel Constantine
Ooh, that
Marino
sounds important.
Jr.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Miami Dolphins for years. One of the greatest quarterbacks ever in the history of the game who never won a Super Bowl, which is kind of sad.
Oh, I guess I wasn't aware of that.
Right up there with Fran Tarkenton, one of the best. Never
I
snagged
was
a
not
ring.
aware that he didn't win. I
in-
thought he did.
In that movie.
Well, that's
didn't
a
they have
movie.
Super Bowl ring in the movie?
That's a movie.
He did, John. That was kind of made up.
It's a movie.
Like Pet Detectives are kind of made up.
So you're telling me that the guy that was in the movie probably isn't real either?
Who?
Ace Ventura? No.
Well, him and also
Dan Marino was real. I don't know how he
know
didn't
what
get
you're
an
talking
Oscar
about.
for that role.
Finkel.
It was pretty good.
I understand he just played himself, but my goodness.
Ray Finkel?
He nailed it.
Is Ray Finkel a real football player?
No, Ray Finkel is not a
Ray Finkel was a woman.
I remember that. Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn and Finkel.
great movie.
Wow.
All right, let's let Dan get back on track.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Marino is 60 today.
Okay.
Nice.
It was 1982. Gosh, we were just kids. The first issue, and this hits home, especially for you, John. The first issue of USA Today is published.
Yeah.
Cost 25 cents. Headlines, front page, first edition, USA Today. The death, untimely death of Grace Kelly,
Yeah.
Princess Grace of Monaco.
Heidi, do you know why that Dan said that makes more sense for me?
USA Today?
Anybody?
Talking about Big Al. Big Al Newhart.
Oh,
He grew up in the same neighborhood I grew up in.
Yeah, he's from Huron.
It's a couple years apart, but
It's homeboy. Now he just hangs around in Florida, rolling around in money, and that's
I've
what
read
he does.
that's not what I want to do.
read several of his books.
And you know what one of the biggest full-page ads was in that first edition in 82?
No.
Full-page ad, 4-color ad for Cool Lights Cigarettes. The jazz musician with a guitar. Yeah, just, how times have changed. 1993. I had no idea this song was this big, and I know, Heidi, you're a big fan. Meatloaf. Mm-hmm. I'd do anything for love, but I wouldn't do that.
Love that song.
Went to number 1 this day,
Yeah.
and would continue to be a number 1 hit in 28 different countries.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
wow.
huge. I love that song.
All over the
Figure
planet.
out what it was that he would not do.
I happen to know what it is, and it's not for broadcast.
Oh,
1997, Google.com is registered as a domain name
yeah.
by John Small.
No, I didn't. I would have. You know they spelled it wrong? That's the interesting thing about
Oh
Google.
my gosh.
They did.
Oh, John knows the story. All right, let me look at my watch. Go ahead, John.
Googol is how it was supposed to
Oh.
be. All right, never mind.
Well, just to cover their bases.
They own a bunch of
Just to
them.
cover their bases, they have the word Google, but starting with just about every other letter in the alphabet. For instance, you can't buy Joogle, you can't buy Dougal, you can't buy Boogle.
I own Noogle.
Do you have Noogle? I bet he does. Bet he does. So
You guys wouldn't be shocked if I did, though, would you?
there you go. I know, you know, we all know. And hey, keep in mind, it is Wednesday. We're giving a little something away as we move along here, because what the heck? Why not? Let's just forge ahead.
We're going to do that. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you this month by HauntedSiouxFalls.com. Ooh.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. And Dan, what do you find interesting on this fine Wednesday?
I don't know if this is... Well, I'm not going to make a judgment call on this, actually. This is going on in Vancouver, up there in British Columbia. And it's actually outside a hospice operation, who, by the way, is amazing, amazing people.
Okay.
But off in the little garden, they have constructed a beautiful, repurposed all kinds of old woods and whatnot, and built a phone booth, like an old-timey phone booth with like a little dial phone in it.
Okay.
And it is there to call and talk to the deceased.
Oh, cute.
You see, it's kind of a grief thing.
Cute. Oh, I like that.
It actually originated in Japan about 10 years ago.
Okay.
A gentleman lost a loved one, and he constructed a phone booth.
Yeah.
And somehow people who know these things going, you know what, that's kind of therapeutic. And now they're catching on, and they're being put up here and there. But you think about it.
Yeah.
And so many times of, say, Memorial Day, whatever, you visit a grave, and you have a chat, right? Sometimes, right? I was with my dad at Fort Snelling.
Yeah.
And we'll talk. Hey, Pop, how you doing? I mean, I'm literally talking.
Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't seem weird at all.
Right.
No.
So, yeah, here's phone. People actually go in and lift up the receiver. It's not connected to anything.
dial tone.
Don't do it in Japan. I've seen The Ring.
No, it's
That's true. Although that's a little different. Thank goodness.
to each their own. And when you first initially, when I came across this story, I went, well, that's just kind of weird. But then the more I got into it and started thinking about it, it's like, hey, why not? What
Is there
works,
one near
works.
here? Is that what you're saying, or no?
I think that's adorable.
No, I think the closest one knows now is this one up in Vancouver. Whether there are any here in this country, that did not denote that in the story I'm looking at.
I know
So-
somebody with a whole gaggle of phone booths. We should talk to Wild Bill about setting one of those up somewhere.
Maybe
Yeah.
at the Veterans Cemetery.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of a different deal. But yeah, and
Yeah, it's
everybody,
cute.
you know, the grief process can be, you know, well, it's a forever thing depending.
Yeah.
You know, they say, well, time heals all. That's not true.
Yeah.
Grief is grief, and you carry those things with you pretty much forever. So I just thought that was kind of neat. The more I got into it, I'm going, you know
Yeah.
what? Why not?
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Love it.
It's doing somebody a solid, sure. So I just kind of found that interesting.
I do too.
That is why we refer to this as Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. I'm John with a fun comparison. Some puppies are purebred and they cost more. Others are more affordable. And then there are free puppies. Nobody really knows where they come from, but they're free. In the advertising world, it's like that too. There are some super expensive ways to advertise if you can afford it. And there are some free things you've probably tried, but those dogs rarely work. Radio is kind of like that middle puppy. Affordable, will snuggle with you, and hopefully not pee on the rug. Radio advertising. Super affordable, a great investment, and man's best friend. Try it and let BetterResultsAdvertising.com bring your message to life. Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. And it is also a Wednesday.
Yeah, because we give something away. And
On
it's
Wednesday?
And you,
But
you
they win
win.
it?
So we call it
So you win it.
Wednesday. And
We
that's
have to explain
copyrighted,
it.
man. Don't be...
We have to slow down and explain it every week.
Yeah.
You know.
John happens to own the domain.
I don't, but I could. I bet.
No.
I'll check and see if
For the
it's
love
available.
of God.
I have here in my professional broadcaster little mitt a $20 gift card, redeemable at Kaladi's Bistro, 26 in Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, won't you please, for Mr. Scott David Fenneman. Woo! David, resident of Sioux Falls. And hey, Scott, you know what? We'll do a little biz, and I'll get that to you, and you can enjoy.
Fantastic.
All right. Maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't. But you know what? The panhandling thing, it's been going on forever. It's nothing
It's
new.
getting worse, though, isn't it?
The modes have changed, however, and it seems like you can't hit a busy intersection without somebody holding a sign in this town. Oh, hell, there are signs going up in some of those hot spots now, actual signs that the city is posting, just like street signs.
Okay.
Like a yield sign, a stop sign, whatever these are. It's like basically don't give panhandlers money sign.
That's a good idea, though.
Just as
it's
a
illegal
reminder.
for you to hand money out the window. Most people don't know that, but you can actually get a ticket for doing that.
And the signs explain at the bottom, hey, give to a homeless charity.
Right.
Or whatever, because believe it or not, and who knew this, apparently some of these people are buying drugs and hooch with the dough.
Oh, my goodness.
I know, right?
Who would have known?
Yeah, that's too bad.
According to relatively new Chief, Sioux Falls Police Department, Jonathan Thum, who's doing a great job, by the way. Thanks to Jonathan and the crew for keeping the city fairly tight. Saying, yeah, a lot of these people, it is problematic. Yes, a lot of them are homeless. And yes, things happen because folks are just handing them do-re-mi. So if you think it's the right thing to give them money, no, man, pitch it over. There's a lot of
Great organizations.
Really great
places in
this
town that are
community.
trying to take care of business and help alleviate
And then the thing
some of
that's
those problems. So.
cool about that is then you're helping to feed a bunch of people instead of one person. You're helping to clothe and house and whatever, a bunch of people
And you
instead
know
of
for
one.
sure it's going to go towards food
That
and
exact thing,
clothing
yeah.
and shelter.
You know, every now and again, and especially when I worked downtown for about 8 years, I was just much more in that element, as I was real close to a lot of those facilities. And so I'd get hit up quite a bit. And it was always, hey, you know what? Nope.
Yep.
But there were a couple occasions, one especially, where his come on to me was so creative, and I knew it was completely fabricated, and he was just lying through his teeth. But I laughed. I laughed. He approached me. I was just coming out of a building up on East A Street.
Yeah.
And it starts, hey, brother. You know, okay. Yep, I know what's coming. But I stop because he seems friendly enough.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there in the whiskey fumes, and he's going, yeah, I just got back from so-and-so. I was at my uncle's funeral. I said, yeah, sorry to hear that. He said, if I could get a buck, I'd like to buy my sister a bag of chips.
Oh, wow.
I said, okay, these are the two most random things I've heard all day.
I know.
I said, here's $5, dude. Thanks for the story. And I told him flat out.
A couple of bags.
Flat out. I said, you're getting a Finsky for just pure creativity.
Right.
And he said, well, I appreciate that. So
When we were in Vegas, there was a
Honey.
guy sitting on an overpass in Vegas, and his sign said, not going to lie, I'm going to probably buy booze. And his bucket was
His
overflowing
bucket was
with cash.
fuller than anybody else's.
it's just weird, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's people walking around Vegas who, I don't know if you know this or not, but they like to party. So they're like, oh, that guy's going to buy booze. I'll give him $5.
Yeah, I think, and probably then there's the other end of that too. My mother was visiting, so I want to say, oh gosh, probably 10 years ago. Pulled up to a place downtown. She wanted to stay in the car because I was just going to be in and out and say, Ma, you want to come in? Nah, just hang here. I'm good. And went in, took care of business, came out. 2 guys passed your side of my car, haranguing my mom. Bad decision.
Right.
It was just a terrible decision.
Yep.
Things ended real ugly in a big hurry. Yep. My mother enjoyed it. She had excellent seats for the event.
Wow. I kind of wish I'd have been there for that.
Yeah, you don't.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you for that story. That's great.
Yeah, but I mean, signs. We are now, I mean, they are literally posting like signs now.
I think that's a good idea. As a matter of
it's
fact,
good, too.
I suggested that about 3 years ago.
Yep, I think
when
it's
I first
good.
found out it is illegal to hand money out your window, I didn't know that. But somebody on Facebook said that's illegal. Then I asked a city councilor at the time, is that illegal? And she said yes. And I said they should post
Here's
that.
the thing for me. It's real hard for me to say, oh, I should really hand this person over money when right over their shoulder are 10 help wanted signs.
Oh, there's so many people looking for
and
jobs.
and I'm just like, you
looking
know
for
what?
people
Just
right
turn
now.
around, go in there. They'll give you money every day. You just got to show up and do the work. And so I don't hand money over just because of that. Everybody needs help right now.
And it's
go
tough
get a
because
job.
I do care a lot about people, and I hate to see anybody struggle in any of that. But yeah, I'm happy to hear that they're going to put up signs, and hopefully the funds will be given to organizations that do help, that'd be a good thing. Thanks, Dan.
Sure thing, John.
He's all choked up over there. Wow, that's nice.
No, I'm still laughing about those two guys.
Coming up, we've got Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Dr. Harley from Balanced Life Chiropractic. And then Dan will come back in with some news. It's all on the way on the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Many new students sign up for credit cards that are not very good. Have a conversation about how to properly use credit so they don't learn this lesson the hard way. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Want one that offers points? We have those. Want a card to help you build credit? We have those too. Bettercreditcards.com is designed to help you get a better credit card. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Back to the Basics in Healthcare with Balanced Life Chiropractic. We've got Dr. Harley with us. How you doing, Dr. Harley?
Good morning, John. It's always great talking to you this fine Wednesday morning.
It is fun to chat, and we're going to talk about something that is probably near and dear to many people listening, allergies.
I don't know about deer on that.
If you can help them, this is going to be a good thing, because my wife struggles with allergies, and you just punched her in the face. Okay, used a machine to do it. Tell me what that thing's called, and what did you do there?
Yeah, so I use instrument adjusting, and basically what I do to help with allergies is we adjust along the cheekbones because your maxillary sinus hangs out right in that area. Well, a lot of allergies come from, one, pressure building up in your face because, your body's reacting to a normal variant, be it pollen, cat hair, whatever, so then it gets inflamed and irritated. So that's a lot of pressure buildup. So adjusting around your cheekbones helps move that maxillary sinus just enough to release some of that pressure so that, stuffiness, the runny noses, so that starts to drain better because we want to prevent a sinus infection, right? Because a lot of people get that when their allergies get really, really bad.
So should we be expecting a lot of snot from Heidi today?
Probably. A lot of patients will I'll be doing it and they're like, yep, just running down the back of my throat. And I was like, it's gross, but it's a great thing because that means things are actually starting to move and drain like they're supposed to.
It's probably not what you were thinking about when we were going to talk about this today, is it?
Probably not, no, but it definitely is becoming, a new allergy season. We see spring when snow starts to thaw, flowers are blooming, that's a different one. Summer's, dry, we get smoke, there's allergies with that. And now coming into fall, we're starting to get ragweed. We're starting to get, the hay or corn's going to be getting brought in here soon. So we're going to have a lot of dust in the air. So
is this one of the busiest times for people with allergies then?
I would say between spring and fall definitely are.
For somebody listening that's struggling with allergies, are there things they can do at home to maybe make it a little less painful?
Yeah, obviously cleaning is really important, especially if you're allergic to dust or dander, cat hair, whatever. We shed so much skin and hair throughout the day that it builds up. So cleaning more often, vacuuming. Weather's getting really nice. Opening the doors, windows, airing things out are always good. Washing your bedding more often. Some great things. Some essential oils that are really helpful with allergy, like peppermint or eucalyptus or lavender to help decrease inflammation are really great for allergy sufferers for sure.
And if they would like to try chiropractic for allergies, they could come and see you for that. But there's so many other things you guys can help with too, isn't there?
Yeah. If there's an issue with the spine, it can affect a lot of different things because our brain controls every function in our body. So if our brain's not communicating, right, it can lead to a lot more than just allergy problems. But of course, we see a lot of people to start with just for their allergies and they find out that it helps a lot more than that.
If they would like to reach out to Balanced Life Chiropractic, how do they get a hold of you?
They can shoot us a message on our Facebook page, Balanced Life Chiropractic. They can call us on our phone, 605-215-1785, or shoot us an email on our emails on our website at balancedlifesd.com.
Very good. Thank you so much.
It's always great talking to you, John.
Absolutely. Again, Balanced Life Chiropractic, and this is Back to the Basics in Healthcare. You can find them online at balancedlifesd.com.
Merry Christmas! Oh, you're not ready for that yet. How about Happy Halloween? At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all of the fun holidays throughout the year with funny, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we have a gift idea for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day, whether you buy these weird gifts or not. It's worth checking out. Just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for the newsiest news we do. It is News with Dan Farris.
Wearing out the shoe leather, banging on desks, demanding answers. I don't really know what to do. This is actually a new story.
Oh, what's that?
No, it's. I'm amazed that this even cleared any wire anywhere because you haven't heard anything about it for a long time. You know, Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
You know, the Queen's son.
Yeah.
Old guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just been served.
He's in trouble.
What happened?
He has been served now.
Did he do something wrong?
Last week.
Depends on who you ask.
It was in the news. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, well,
Hanging with Epstein.
Lawsuit brought by the old Jeffrey Epstein accuser who claims that she was abused by the prince when she was but a teen.
Good.
In fact, 16 and 17 to be exact. According to a document filed this past Friday, an affidavit of service was served at the Duke of York's home in Windsor, England.
So I wonder if he's going to be a former prince real soon as well.
Well, let's see. Roberts is her name, the alleged victim of convicted pedophile Epstein filed a lawsuit against the Queen's son in federal court in Manhattan, New York, on August 9th. She claimed she was forced into that with the royal 3 times when she was underage. In fact, there is a photo of Prince leaving smiling with her arm around this young lady. So
there's a show on, I believe, Netflix that I watched about some of this stuff, and what a weird situation. The whole thing.
Nothing's real till it gets real, and now he's been served. So there you go. And in a related note, Jeffrey Epstein still didn't kill himself.
True story.
Jumping into sports, brought to you, by the way, by Bert and the crew at Hockey Headquarters, because why not?
Nice.
Here it is. Are you guys fight fans?
Oh, of course.
I used to be a big boxing fan when I was growing up, and the MMA thing is huge. I've never
deal.
really gotten into it, but I know it's out there. And this was enormous. Over the weekend, she won. Alana McLaughlin, 38 years of age, won her first bout.
Nice.
Took out Celine Provost 3.5 minutes into the second round. Keep in mind, there are only 3 rounds. They are 5 minutes apiece. So in 8.5 minutes, Alana laid waste to, in fact, took her out with what's called a naked choke hold.
Oh, wow.
3.5 minutes into the second round. It's also interesting to note that Alana is a guy.
Oh.
Has been transitioning since 2010.
Of course. Here we go.
Huh.
I'm just telling the story.
I know.
Yeah. Calm down, Heidi.
That's
I know.
all I'm doing. Had to clear a series of tests, though. This fight was this fighter sanctioned by the state of Florida, the State Boxing Commission, after passing several hormone level tests. So, Lana is, I don't know. I'm old enough to remember that, when guys beat up girls, they were arrested. But
that's right.
You got a paycheck and a trophy.
Yeah.
So there you go. And it still took him 8.5 minutes to take her out. So I don't know what we're talking about here exactly. I'm just delivering the news, and that's all there is to it. From the sunny 93.3 News Desk, I'm Dan Farris, reminding you, if it's news to me.
In the past year, did you find yourself drinking more often? The stress of the last year had that effect on many people. If you're struggling to get back to normal and get the booze out of your daily routine, there is help. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find the best option for you. There are many different programs. TimeForRehab.com will do our best to match you up with the program that will work best for your needs. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. We want to help. TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. Equity markets pulled back a bit Tuesday despite a cooler than expected read on consumer inflation. The CPI index gained only about 0.3% in August versus an expected gain of 0.4%, dropping 0.2% from the previous month. The data brings the year-over-year gain down to 5.3% and the lowest level in 2 months. Investors remained cautious because, despite the cool down in inflation, the pace of inflation remains high and poses a threat to the economy. Later in the week, traders will be eyeing the Empire State Manufacturing Survey, as well as the Philly Fed's Manufacturing Business Outlook Survey, and the August read on retail sales. All 3 indices are expected to show a contraction of activity over the past month, and that could weigh on the S&P 500 prices. The index remains near its all-time high, but is in danger of a correction. A move lower would break support of the short-term moving average and may lead to a much deeper correction. You can get the inside track at MarketBeatMinute.com.